The build show today, we're talking framing insulation, two of my favorite topics, and we're gonna burn some stuff. You know what though? That's not enough fire. Today's video is sponsored by PowerWool. Let's get going. Okay, y'all, let's talk framing and exterior insulation, specifically geared towards fire resistance or fire hardening. Now, you know that I'm a big fan of Monopoly framing. If you haven't seen this before, this is a model, a mock-up, where the wall comes up and actually touches the roof sheathing. This has been done out of Huber Zip. We could do it some other ways as well, but this is a great way to do it, the way I did it at my house. The big benefit here is now our attic is part of the conditioned envelope, and specifically when it comes to fire, we don't want any way for burning embers or firebrands to get into our unconditioned attic space. So this is a good setup for multiple reasons, including fire resistance. Now, if you're not familiar with this on the outside here on this gable we've put on already, this is PowerWool's exterior rigid mineral fiber board. This is an insulation board that is naturally fire resistant. This is a Class A building material. And you know, we all know that rocks don't burn, right? I think it's time to burn some things. We all know what's happening here. Obviously the concrete's not gonna burn, right? If we had a fire, the slabs are left after a fire. It's the wood structure that goes. Here's where things get a little interesting. Here's a smaller sample of PowerWool mineral fiber insulation. Let's see how this does against the propane weed torch. I could go a long time on this, and the only thing that would change would really be the color. This stuff is incredible. It's actually resistant up to over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is an incredible product to have on the outside of your wood structure to help with fire hardening. But of course, this is also exterior insulation, so all year round, it's saving you energy. Now, not all exterior insulation though is created equal. I've got a sample of some XPS, but I could do any foam-based insulation just about, and we'd get a similar result. Let's see how long this lasts underneath the same propane torch. Oh my God. I actually didn't pre-test that. I did not realize how quickly that was gonna go, literally go away. Oh my gosh. Not only that, it's dripping down, right? So had it lit on fire with a smaller fire, it could have actually dripped that fire to below. It's not good. Now, on the other hand, a mineral fiber like PowerWool is like putting a fire blanket on the outside of your house. Let me grab my guys. Let's go ahead and put some PowerWool on the face here of this wall and on the roof, and let's repeat this test and see how it does. Okay, y'all, so now we can see that Monopoly framing with that full PowerWool on the exterior. By the way, this is 2 inches. This wraps around the entire framing. There's no gaps. We've run it tight. Now I've got the IR camera shooting right here. I want to see what the temp does after a full minute of using the weed torch on here. So we're gonna run this for a full minute, then we're gonna pull it and see what the temperature on the face of the Zip system sheathing is. You ready? I've mentioned already, this is a non-combustible Class A fire rating. It's not gonna burn, drip, or emit toxic smoke. When we use it around the whole outside of the house, it's really like a fire blanket. So if you're building in a wildland urban interface, this is exactly what you want wrapped around the outside of your building. A couple other things I like. This is vapor permeable and moisture safe. If I were to run water on this, you'll see it runs off like water on a duck's back. But you can also dry through it, especially important in a cold climate. Because it's really a dense fibrous structure, it absorbs sound really well. It's gonna help quiet down your house. Totally dimensionally stable. It doesn't shrink or sag or settle over time. And another really big thing that I like about it is it's resistant to insects and rodents and decay. There's no organic content here, and the insects will not burrow through it like some other materials, and particular that one that I showed earlier that burned pretty quickly. The last thing I want to mention is if we're building a house in a fire zone, we don't want to use a rain screen, and typically fire zones are pretty low moisture areas anyways, but if we are building in a high moisture content zone, we're going to use a fiber cement cladding, something like that. We do want to put an air gap, a rain screen behind this. Okay, y'all, I went an extra long time. Looks like we had a little action on the, oh, it put itself out just as I was gonna have some fun with the extinguisher. All right, so the face of the mineral wool is 302 right now. And let's see, I'm really curious what it is underneath. Will you slide that one back, Nathan? Thank you for the help, brother. All right, what do we got right here? Let's use my little fancy IR gun. It's about a couple degrees hotter than room temperature. I'm showing 89.3 on here. The ambient temp, my Apple Watch tells me, is 87. So we're within the degree of margin. In other words, for a full minute of that on the face with that 2-inch, it doesn't feel like anything to me. That's pretty crazy. The face of that zip is really room temp. None of that heat made it through that PowerWool insulation. Now, a couple things I want to mention. We need to complete our Class A assembly with other Class A materials. You know, metal roof right here, metal siding, fiber cement siding. Those are really important. And if we're in a dry climate, 20 inches or less of rain, we don't need a rain screen. We can add those claddings right in there without an air gap. But if we're in a rainy climate, anything above 20 inches of rain, we want to think about an air gap behind those and airflow coming in and out, which also means we want to think about something like wildfire defense mesh so that we don't get embers into that space. This PowerWool won't ignite, but we don't want any embers in there. So we want to think about an ember safe, ember resistant screening on the top and bottom of that rain screen. Guys, big thanks to PowerWool for sponsoring today's video. Oh, I forgot to mention, don't use the plastic caps. That was a mistake. Go with the metal. That really is going to complete the exterior. Big thanks to PowerWool for sponsoring. If you want to learn more about them, you can go to powerwoolinsulation.com. And of course, you can buy it through Warehouse online. I'll put a link in the description for those guys. They'll literally ship this by the truckload to your job site when you order it on the internet. Pretty crazy. Guys, stay tuned for more content on this fire-specific topic. But I think what we learned here is that if fire is a concern, this is a great product. Even if fire is not a concern, though, this is a fantastic exterior insulation with a lot of benefits. Guys, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button below. We've got new content here every Tuesday and every Friday. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Otherwise, I'll see you next time on The Build Show.